offer. There we go. So, yep. You have finally arrived in the Blinding Gulch. After the small scrap with those thugs. And meeting Brask, the somewhat friendly member of which one of the, let me double check. Well, it doesn't matter at the moment either way.
Anybody else there?
Wherever we end up going, I need to go somewhere that will allow me to have an hour of free time.
Well,
so let's not go somewhere that is involving a combat.
After dealing the fallout from the gang violence at the skirmish site, the Acolytes arrive at the Blinding Gulch. The settlement is a small, dusty, ramshackle place, clustered into a depression into the surrounding rock formations. Strings of lanterns provide ruddy wavering light where shacks and wooden buildings cast shadow from the light of the high fall. A main street of multi-storied buildings gives away to the stretch of cramped shantytown alleys. A short distance from the town is a multicolored lake, fed by the high fall of oily and gunk debris. On the other side of the town is a mighty river of lava, always growing slightly dimmer until midnight, when it is replenished and glow brightly enough to illuminate the entire underhive, with white hot incandescence. God damn it, I butchered that one.
I think it's incandescence.
Yes, thank you. Brass kinda looks at you. Let me see what kind of an... right. I can't thank you guys enough for what you did, but just leave me here and my brothers will come to collect me. I don't know what brought you down here, but if you want my advice, steer clear of the pain pit. If you're just passing through, just keep on passing. If you're here for looking for something, well, you might ponder a visit to the spent shell. You might get the warmest reception there. Now, move on. The others won't come to get me if they see outsiders lurking about here with me.
Very well.
Chat him up. Make sure his gang knows that we're cool.
Do the little fist bump thing while you leave, so they see it.
Alright.
We can press on then.
Yep, you leave him alone. You estimate that Blinding Gulch has a population of several thousand, most of them underhivings, living in shanties or the remains of buildings scattered among the lava waste surrounding the settlement. The main street has two gathering areas which makes double makeshift taverns, known as Call to Arms and the Spent Shell. There is a general store with expired rations and found debris for sale, and closest to the high fall is a gambling den and a fighting pit called the Pain Pit. You see that the inhabitants are dressed in battered work clothing and rags, typical of Infernus, but many of them make at least some regards to appearances, like wearing gaseous colored ash to makeup or brightly colored shades. so they stand out a little. Now, high falls with bags or buckets of oil-covered junk, and people in large heat-resistant body gloves can be seen, just returning from the harvest from the lava shores.
This place is dreadful.
There's some other stuff going on. There's a couple of scary dragons hanging around, rolling dice in a doorway, watching the comings and goings with a gaggle of cavaliers hanging around outside the pain pit. From the sounds raised, clinking glasses and drunken singing comes from the coal arms and spent shells. As you acclimate into this new environment, as you're left alone and take a side of the streets, getting familiar with it, and it's populous, it doesn't take too long until this quite a burly man approaches you guys. He has like this blackened teeth, and you can just see that he has like this oil-covered rags and like leather armor, and he's a very typical sign of like a tough and rugged like a ganger.
This place is very rough and unkempt. The filter's broken. There's dust everywhere.
Hey, you! He yells out.
We just got hey you'd,
Yes.
everyone. That means initiative immediately. Just punch you in the face. Okay.
He comes up to you and you see a couple of gangers like it by his side. Ah, I see. I take it you're the outsiders who got down young Green and his brothers. No matter. Green I had designs above his station. You have proven yourself. And that is much more important than a dead ruffian. Now, I have need of competent operators, such as yourselves, as you see. In
I think
2
we've got a
days,
job offer.
the matter of who commands the Blighting Gulch will be settled by combat. Who can say why the Cavaliers decided to opt out for this most noble of contests? But whatever the reason, the date is set. There will be battle, and I intend to see that my dragons will win it. Whatever is you have come down here for, I will see that you will have it if you fight on my side when the time comes. And he gives you guys like this big old blackened teeth grin and offers up like his oiled up like hand. So how about it?
I don't necessarily see why not. What do you all think?
Well, we.
What exactly do they mean by fight for us?
They need to fight in a gang war, I guess.
Yeah, they're asking you quite literally to take a part in a gang war on their side.
Yeah, but if it's just like a close gang war and we would definitely tip the balance, I'd be more likely to say yes. But if the other gang outnumbers this gang by like 300 to 1, sorry, you're on your...
What's in it for us?
They'll help. They'll like.
He will give you anything that you ask for. Basically.
Yeah, I don't trust that. He's a gang leader after all.
I mean, you
But,
could
you
always
know,
give me a
it's
scrutiny
I
test
don't
if
do
you
that.
want.
I'll do that.
Scrutiny is the question. You could also, I think, Does somebody have any like lore for the underworld?
I
do
do.
have underworld lore.
Might be applicable to think about it. Because you see, he named all. Did he name anyone that we were fighting? Not yet, right?
You would be fighting the Cavateurs.
That was the guys that we just fought a minute ago.
Those were the dragons. So
who was it
basically,
killed the
this guy is their leader, and he said that you killed like one of my minions, but you did it in kind of like a convincing way. So I'm offering you basically a job.
Didn't we just save a Cavada from these guys? Wasn't that guy the
Yep.
guy with the busted leg one?
I think
Yep.
it was. It was, yes. Interesting offer. We need to think about it.
Dave, you kind of look at his crooked teeth and his blackened
We'll think about
sooted
it.
like hand, and you just kind of get this like off feeling about him. You don't really trust this guy as far as his word goes. Maybe there is something devious behind his words, but you're not entirely certain without him just blatantly saying it.
Is there somebody in our group that has good awareness to observe the room to see if, like, the whole place is goons, or if it's just him and a few of his goons next to him?
I have one.
We should have been
Sure.
looking at the room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless they're all hiding behind the curtains and under tables, you know?
How many goons does he have with him, Gio?
He has about like 6 goons with him.
We could just end that fight and deal with these guys now, but that wouldn't necessarily get us anything.
Do
Well,
I
you
feel
don't-
like if I'd say no, thank you, he's gonna.
I mean, they don't look like hostile. You don't think with that scrutiny test that they would like openly? You don't get like any intention of those kinds from him at this very moment?
Unfortunately, we're very busy, but we'll think about it. We'll let you know. Give them the old finger guns.
Alright, well, consider it. My door is always open for such a competent warrior as yourselves. Come on, boys. Let's get moving. And if you wanna consider, just ask around for any of the dragons for Lord Thunderbone.
Lord Thunderbolt.
Now, let's get going, boys. Hopefully I get to see you on our side. At this point, you are free to act in this place.
Nice.
All right. Well, we need to discover more about the place. We need to get to the place where that venom races.
Also-
I remember forgetting name. Venom skin is.
Mhm.
Yeah. We could
We
do
should
that
keep
with
an
that gang, perhaps, but I don't really trust gang is the problem.
Let us look around and ask. He, as far as we remember from the last session, Venom Skin was a popular name here. So You might just be known of where you could possibly interact with him. Obviously, we know he's dead, but maybe not everyone else thinks that.
One thing, we should keep an eye out for who's watching us, because I'm sure there's a lot of groups that are. And yeah, probably go to some like restaurants or vendors and stuff and ask around. They probably would be happy to tell us a story while we eat some food or something like that.
Yes, in fact, there is
Should we that's where that dead forgery guy is?
One more time.
Yeah, please repeat, we spoke over each other.
The forgery guy?
Denisian?
Yeah, that's the one.
But I was just about to say that this book actually has a little mechanic called asking around that has quite several things that you can ask for. And one of them is you can start to ask around directly about Venom's King. If you want to do this, that will require a -10 inquiry test.
I can do that.
And this would be just like generally asking around for the guy.
Where are we at right now? We're in a bar or something?
Some, like, maybe like a street vendor or something.
Tell us about Venom's King.
Oh. Well, what I would suggest is hit some kind of bar and buy around and then go from there.
Yeah, I'm sure we got a little extra money to spare for a few rounds of whatever they call alcohol around here.
Well, if you recall, Prask, your kind of like companion that you like befriended somewhat, did recommend the spent shell.
Yeah.
We'll go to the spent shell and check that out and see if it's that kind of establishment.
Alright. Does everybody else follow?
You know,
sure.
I was thinking we could do a split up and like search for clues gang, but
I don't think splitting up in this town is a good idea.
Oh yeah, just split up in the town of like gangers and just like violent people.
Yeah, that's not a good idea, guys.
If you get listen, some of us can resolve being ambushed. Some of us will be captured. The people that get captured will get rescued by people who live. And then we'll be at the place we need to be, by privy of the bad guys.
I like that plan.
It's an emergency.
I just don't think I like that plan.
Spent shell is where we're going.
Alright, I posted the artwork into the artwork tab. If you are indeed going there. This drinking den is small and close, and it seems the quieter of the settlements of two establishments. The patrons seem to be junk farmers who swing after a hard day's shifting through the hive's fall to replace the fluids lost throughout toil with several pints of weak, cloudy ale. A few elderly men looking play a game involving placing wooden tiles in one corner and racking coughs of most ill-looking patrons are louder than conversation. Behind the bar works a portly, stern-faced woman with red cheeks and forearms like sides of beef. A few heads turn at the sight of outsiders, but no one here seems to want any trouble.
Time to give trouble, right?
If you missed any of
that.
We're
not troublemakers, we're just purists.
That is a very misleading title.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just a misleading, deceiving kind of guy, if you recall.
This area is rather unbecoming for a casual visitor.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. I
don't think we'd
the landlady
casual.
behind the bar kind of looks at you guys. Outsiders, huh? Can I get you anything? If you're here for a night, that will be 3 thrones. This, if you're looking for something else, let me know. The name's Gert. I'm the owner of this establishment.
Tell me, Gert, how much would it be to buy around on the house for everybody?
Oh, well, it's somewhat busy at this moment. I'd say at least 10 thrones.
I'd give her 20 thrones and say, make sure everybody has something to drink.
Alright. Around on the stranger's tab. Everybody gets a drink. So, some of them, like, give you a... thanks!
Yeah, if that gives us a +10 on inquiry to offset the minus, that's all I'm hoping for. On the inquiry test. So that's what I was trying to do there. It may or may not help, I don't know, but I'm getting ready to roll that now. And ask around quietly. We're just looking for somebody who's got a reputation as the best forger in the hive. So
I think
Mr. Skin with a B to start his name.
Yes,
you know who I mean.
I have heard the name.
Well, I rolled that normal, not the -10. With a -10, I'd still make it by 2 points.
Well, I can tell you what I know about him, which is not much. But if you want it, I can tell you something about him.
Anything would be useful.
All right.
As far as where he's known to either hang out or where we can get in touch with him.
Well,
we have some work for him.
There was a forger named Venomskim who lived out around Blighting Gulch a few years ago. Although no one claims to have actually met him, and the only description of him is a man with brightly colored electrodes all over his skin. His precise location was unknown, but he has some kind of a lair somewhere near. No one has heard of anything from him for a... God, it's been like 4 years now? The various gangs who came and went around the Blighting Gulch had all kinds of agreements to protect Venomskim's location from the outsiders. Like the for anybody who might be coming looking for him. I assume that Venomskim probably paid for them for this. Though I'm not quite sure about that one either. But if you want to learn more about him, you might have to ask around for one of the 2 gangs here. Well, the most prominent gangs at least.
Seems like the gangs run this place.
The dragons and the other ones. What are those called again?
Cavaders.
The dragons, was it?
The dragons and the Cavaders?
I heard.
Yeah, street dragons and Cavaders. Sorry, sky dragons.
And I assume that he was somebody.
Cadavers. Or however.
Oh, the cadavers.
Yeah, cadavers.
It means like corpse.
Yep,
corpses.
corpse. I know that
That's
much, but
cadavers.
for some reason I'm having a really tough time of pronouncing that word for some fucking reason.
Cadaver.
Yes.
Cadaver is a corpse.
It's my lovely accent kicking in.
You gotta just call them the corpse
I
men.
just think of the dog every time.
The
Though.
corpse people!
The corpse men. Alright.
But that's all I really know about Venom Skin. Now can I get you anything else?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We got some ale, we got some meat, we got a room if you want it.
What time of day is it?
Is
it the time of day where we have to think about
we can
sleeping
say
at some
it's
point
like mid-afternoonish.
Right, so we still got a little time, but you have something like a large room that we can get with all my friends in together?
Well, our rooms fit a couple of people, but that would be only the room. If you want a room and bed and all of that, breakfast, that, like I said, that's 3 rooms, but if you just want the room, I guess you could fit like a few people in one.
Hand her another 20 thrones and say, hold our room for us, we'll be back.
Alright,
Throw 'em
what
out
would be the name on the reservation?
Lad.
Alright, Vlad, hopefully you'll enjoy your time here in the spent shell. If you want more
got maybe
information...
4 hours.
Like government name, casually. I respect that.
If you want more information on one of the gangs, I suggest that actually old Scrog over there knows a little bit more about the gangs than I do.
Where's he at? Is he here?
Oh yeah, he's the man over there drinking in the corner.
What's he drinking? Give me 1 extra and I'll take it over to him. Couple extra actually.
Sure.
Through
With the amount of money, here you go.
Yeah, this guy's gonna be like turbo smashed. You already bought him 2 rounds, and
So
you're gonna bring him some more after
you approach this like old, wily kind of like typical kind of like gangster who's like drinking up and just like smoking like a cigarette or something.
Vlad's carrying a tankard in each hand and basically puts it down on the table in front of him.
Oh! What's this company, eh? Well,
Before you drink those and get all where you can't see straight, we just like a little information on a fellow by the name of Venom Skin.
oh, Venom Skin, eh? Well, don't know much, but
And
if you
while he's thinking about it, I'm handling a few thrones in my hand. You know, just like 5 or 6 thrones. It's the idea that, yeah, this is like also what he's going to get if he comes through with the information we need.
I'm not gonna lie, Tanix is in the background being like, damn, I wish I got paid.
I didn't know Tanix didn't have money. Just talk to Vlad. He's got money.
well, I know about the
No,
gangs
because
who he worked with. Back in my day, I used to roam around with these gangs. Oh boy, I could tell you a story or two.
We're just more interested in the forger Venom Skin because we want some work done. And We need
Well-
to talk to him.
I'll tell you something, sonny boy. You see, I do know the gangs in and out. They used to work with this man quite extensively. Especially, I know about the dragons, if you're curious.
You know about the dragons.
That's right. I might know something. I might have even heard something. But you see, I also got a problem. See, a man can't work around here environments without a good iron in his hand. You ain't got no gun? You ain't got nothing down here. I lost my little Bessie down the throat of a lava spider near about 2 weeks ago. You get me that piece. I'll tell you something that no one else here around here knows.
So you basically want a better gun, is what you're saying. With that
He wants
information.
his gun.
Well, I want my gun. Well, actually, I'm not that picky.
Out of
Give me any gun. Sure. I might tell you something.
Didn't we pick something up recently? Guns?
Yeah. But
It's not his gun. His gun is in a lava spider. So
I mean, he did just
Right,
say that
right.
he would be taking anything.
Yeah, didn't we pick up an extra gun or two recently and some ammo?
Maybe.
we picked up a lot of guns from a lot of people.
Yeah,
Right, that's
if
my
we were allowed
thought,
to, if
yeah.
we were allowed to pick them up, yeah, the one guy, the gangers just recently had a auto gun.
Yeah,
If we could afford to take one of those guns from the list and some ammo, it might just
Sub on
assuage
that.
him for what he wants.
No.
I mean, we have weapons to spare at the moment, so yeah, we can give him a gun.
But those
Give
are
him a
our
gun,
guns.
give
We like
him
our own guns.
At least one full clip and maybe a backup clip, and suddenly he'll be like more agreeable, I think. Maybe I'm losing our mind, but you know,
You guys don't
give him the
want to
gun
fucking lava
and tell him he
spider?
gets the ammunition when we get the
I
information.
actually kind of do.
Alright, so you give him the gun and he looks at it and he tests it. Does it actually fire?
So someone tried to fire it at us, so you know, that's how it works.
Alright, I guess long as it has a chance of firing, this will work.
You get the ammo when you tell us what you know.
Well, there is a hollow.
I do actually kind of want to know about his, the location of that lava spider, because he might have a really good gun, though, and we can take it.
There's a hollow about 3 hours hike northwest of this town. You know it by the rock spire above it, bent down and flaring like a bird sweeping down to strike. Below that spire, you'll find the hollow, a secret little place I used to bed down in when hive stores kept me from the returning home of an eve. But last time I went there, some of them scary dragons boys were there already. I didn't hang around none, but they was doing some kind of a ritual down there. Maybe they were hazing some kind of a new guy, or just whispering around some stories around the campfire. But I think they were up to no good in there. Something ain't right. I ain't been up there since. Best I know, no one has. I'm just saying. Somebody should check it out. Just saying.
Check it out.
Ritual is a really interesting word.
It is an interesting word.
Give him a few coins as well.
It implies that the place we need to go, in regards to that thing he said, is strangely.
Yeah, let's say we can. 3 hours hike up there, then plus time spent there, then 3 hours back. I don't know if we want to do that tonight, guys. But, we could do it and then get back late. I mean, it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do.
It definitely feels like a tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with that.
First thing in the morning. I agree.
We're not pressed to go there immediately, but it is
Is there
foreboding.
anything else we might want to do around town before we check in for the night, maybe early, then get up early and get on the road?
Well, you gave him his weapon, but he did not really speak on the dragons.
Other than informing us about some ritual he witnessed.
It is a direction.
It sounds like the dragons are willing to do anything to win a fight, which is get mercenaries, try dark rituals, anything to win.
Well, we don't
Exactly.
necessarily know if it was dark, per se. He did say it might have just been a hazing, but it might be good to confirm.
I didn't say necessarily it was dark, but it probably would be, considering they're gangers. Just natural, you add 1 and 1 and get 2 kind of thing.
I would also be worried about siding with one of the gangs, because if you give one gang too much power, that's going to make things really bad around here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we want to join either gang to help them. So if I was inclined to help anybody, I'd be more inclined to help the cadavers, because we didn't get jumped by them. We got jumped by the other guys, who then want to hire us. I just don't trust that whole situation.
That
Well,
will be a definition of immorality. Either side might be awful.
Yep.
I'm quite sure both sides are pretty awful.
But at least one was not attributed to doing strange rituals.
Right.
Perhaps for this day we can find information on the cadavers. We found some about the dragon, possibly.
If we want more information on the cadavers, all we had to do is go back and talk to the guy we helped.
The guy that told us to leave because his dudes would not come pick him up, and he is gone now.
That's why he did, because he just wanted his guys.
I will functionally assume that we will not be able to speak with him because he likely left the street we left him on.
It doesn't mean we wouldn't see the cadaver somewhere else around town. We might have to ask around to find him. But that would probably be much less time consuming than going out of town and on this other thing, so.
Well, up to you. You could just rest here for the night.
Sure.
You did buy for a
Well,
room,
I'm gonna say,
or you
I'm
can.
gonna say, ask Gert. Going to say, ask Gert if she knows where the cadavers hang out in town. Which side of
Cavaliers.
town do they hang out in?
Let me think. They are usually kind of round. To ask about the gangs is a ordinary +10 inquiry test.
Yep. And I'll slip her a few more coins for asking a few of my questions. Another like 4 coins.
Fun fact about this location, if I read it right, instead of spending drones, you can also use bullets. Because over
That
in
does make
this,
sense. It's Gunmetal City, but I don't have any bullets to give anybody. I have a las pistol and a force sword, so that doesn't give me any options there.
Man. Well, I mean, what about the
I
rest of our
have
group?
some. I have a sub-automatic.
Well, I mean, I have all those man-stopper rounds we got from the mutants.
Do we want to spend those? So
Not particularly. Not for this, I don't think, when Vlad is loaded.
What is Vlad doing again? What? Oh, never mind. I think I'm going
You
to
have a
spend
lot of money.
Oh, loaded that way. Okay. Yeah, I have a bit of money. Not a lot of money, but sometimes you just gotta spend it like you have a lot because you got to get it out there. I'm going to spend a fate point to re-roll that inquiry test. Okay, that's better.
2 degrees of success. Very
alright, there is quite a
Very
lot
nice.
of information, so I think I will copy paste it into other important. There is some information about the scary dragons. This is information on the other one.
Yeah.
And some general information that you get. Cadavers. Yeah, there we go. I got it if I pronounce it slowly enough.
It's okay. I think that gives us a lot more information to work with.
Yes, it does.
This barkeep has been very forthcoming with information.
Well, you spend quite a bit of money for a
Yeah.
room. You spend money for ale for everybody. Yeah, they open up a little more when they seems that you have some desire to help them a bit, as long as you get a little help along the way.
It's very true. But
and
there
she
is a
probably
funny-
figures out if we're messing around with the gangs, it's probably best to get our crowns before we get shot.
True.
Well, they may also be happy if we do anything to help get rid of the gangs here. And all-out war between them, maybe take off the whoever wins and not let anybody run this town. That'd be good.
I do not believe that in the history of such tasks have ever been completed successfully. gangers always inhabit a power vacuum.
That's quite
is
true.
best to
There will
leave-
be some that survive and will try to take that vacuum, but if you make some serious dents in their numbers on both sides, or let them fight each other and pick off the winners, and you might make some friends with the townsfolk.
It is best to leave them to their devices so that they may improve their combat experience and then later join the PDF, the Defense Forces. I did not need to say all those words. I accidentally did so.
Taking some time to get information. It's probably going to be closer to settling down in our rooms for the night. So.
Okay. Yep, that is entirely fine if you want to rest for tonight. I think one of you still has some damage left over even.
Tanix,
think
I
I
lost
had
half
one.
of my HP.
I think I was down one wound. I don't know.
I needed to utilize some time to familiarize myself with this equipment you gave me and make modifications to it.
Oh wait, I don't think I did lose any HP because you took the shot for me, which I appreciate.
Yep.
I think I was still down 2 wounds.
Alright.
Overnight, how much you get back for rest?
1 if you're lightly wounded.
That's fine. 1 is better than none.
Yeah, if you're heavily, it's once per week.
I can, because of my thing, I believe I can recover them. They're not wounded at all, so they can just be at full wounds.
All right.
Since I'm gonna be at, since we're not pressed for time, I guess the only thing would be as long as I don't accidentally, no, it's just extended care. No, I can make him recover more. He's only missing 2 wounds. I don't even have to make a chest.
Alright.
I can just give him an extra wound for the extended care. What was I going to say?
Well, if you do, fine. If not, fine. It's all good.
But I guess for the GM, are we ambushed within the first hour of kind of hanging out and resting?
No.
Okay, just I need to know if my ability is canceled due to ambush. Okay then. Where was that armor you gave me? Sword of iron plates is 3 arms, legs. 3 arms and legs, 5 body. I will adjust this now. 5 plus 2. 7 plus 2 from the shield. I can armor monger it to plus 1 for 10. Armor, 5. Armor monger it there and there. Should be 6. 7 there. 8.
Also, because we are with the Inquisition, and they seem to have the gang seem to have an agreement. We could figure out how to use that to our advantage and turn them into assets instead of barriers.
Well, you can definitely try, but you would have to do some work for that. We will see. There is a way that the book wants to run this, but nothing technically stops you trying to do this your own way. But you guys rest for the night. You have a fairly nice rest in your rooms in the spent shell. As you guys wake up, There is a note on one of your guys' room. Let's say it is on... Let's see. Let's roll a d5. It's on Dave's room. Kelvanas. And whoever Kelvana is might be with.
Are we splitting up?
We are in fact we're in fact paying for rooms to sleep, and splitting up is at least marginally expected. If you guys want more than one bed.
How much the rooms?
It sounded like it was 2 to a room.
Yeah, it's like you can get two into one room basically. So one of you have to be.
I don't think we should have any one person sleep
joining.
alone, though, so someone's gonna have to be on, like, a couch or the floor.
I mean, that's
If
fine.
I know the
Yeah.
price, I can pay for my own.
Alright, sure.
What's the price of the rooms?
It was 3
paid
crowns
sometimes.
for the room and breakfast.
Not Vlad paid for that when he paid
I'll pay
20
for it.
for all of it.
But Vlad paid 20, so everybody has at least room and breakfast. And I already said that you guys basically rested through the night, so nothing happened there. Except now there is a note on Kelvana's door. And whoever she might be in the same room with.
Is that the fellow melee combatant? I forgot who was whom.
Kelvana
I don't think
uses
he's melee,
ranged
she's ranged.
weapons, I believe.
Well,
Adam prefers to use neither.
Vlad is a melee combatant primarily. He uses his las gun only when it's nothing else to do.
Do you let the rest of your party know about the note?
I didn't get that. I heard Kelvana door, and then you cut out.
Alright, there is a
There's a
note
note
on
on
your
Kelvana's
door of the room that you're sleeping in when you wake up.
Like it's been slid under the door, or it's like
Sure,
okay. Can I read the note?
of course. You look at the note. On one of the other side is a wanted poster for a leader named Gore, but scrolled on the other side is a message. To offer you guys a meeting at 1 hour after you have received this message. The 6th finger truck hand.
Let's get our breakfast and head down to where this meeting is.
We don't know
I
if
would
Kelvana shared this note with everybody.
Well, did Kelvana share the information on
Is
the
there any
note
like
with everyone
further
else?
forward information about where this meeting is?
No.
Yeah, well, that's going to be difficult finding where to have this meeting, but I will tell my compatriots.
presumably it is
barkeep.
within an hour, so should not be too far.
Could ask the barkeep.
Let's get our breakfast and then get ready to roll. And then if we get contacted about this meeting, then we'll know that they're
I
serious
don't
about
think
getting
we're
us
supposed to be
involved.
contacted. I think we're supposed to know where it is.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have put a time limit on it.
Well, instead of speculating of an answer we don't know, let us just simply ask somebody downstairs.
The barkeep.
Funnily
And since
enough,
you're the one
the
who's-
book specifies when you ask, everybody can easily direct you to it. there's no directions to it, but everybody can just point to
It's
it.
there. It's not a place, it's a state of being. We got it. They just have
Can
to
we
be
ask
there.
them like the power disparity between these different gangs?
I could look that up, but it's gonna take a while, so let's just get to it.
Are the guys that are inviting us like the biggest gang, or are these guys just like a group of folks? You know?
I mean, there's the two big gangs. There's the dragons and the
Cadavers. Isn't Gore the leader of the cadavers, the wanted
Yep.
poster on the other side of the note?
Yep. You are
This
right.
is possibly a meeting with the cadavers having them trying to get us on their side for this battle. That's what I suspect, but I could be wrong.
It's a pretty fair supposition.
Well, thank you. No, I just think that that's the likely thing. One gang leader's already contacted us trying to get us on their side. Now the other side, whom we have someone we know there, might say, hey, these are good people. Maybe we can get them to work with us, and that's just the most logical. We thought that they would contact us at some point. So
Looks like that point is now.
Right. So
I'd say
eat
our
breakfast
group
and then
gets
head
their
there.
breakfast and we head out.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
With the guidance of the barkeep, you guys find your ways to the sixth finger hand. Waiting there, you see a man covered in tattoos and scars and piercing. It is difficult to tell where his skin ends and his battered studded leather armor begins. He looks at you, smoking kinda like a cigarette, and is like, Brother Bresk was received alive. He will die, but on another day. And for this, Gore sent his thanks. His gratitude is rare indeed. Gore thinks you are too. But enough of that. I got an offer for you. Soon, night shall fall upon the Blighting Gulch, and the Scarlet Dragons must not wake from it. There will be a reckoning for much bloodshed. The night will be ruled whoever puts their foe to the sword. Gore has decreed that the dragons be met in an open battle. Fight with us, and you will have whatever it is in Gore's power to grant. Fight against us, and Gore will have us labor long to devise a fate suitable, painful. The choice is yours, but Gore keeps his promises. In 2 days, we shall fight.
So I'm curious, aside from you providing a benefit to us, what benefit do you provide to the citizens of the Imperium that implies we should help you?
Good question. Let me take a look on the... Well, first of all, you might not know about this, but we're a little less open warlike than the dragons. We're a little bit more calm that way. That would mean less infighting here in the Underhive. More peace, as it were. more stability. Simple as that. You cannot really trust those dragons and their almost tribal-like warfare.
We haven't seen much to show that we can trust you either.
Like, out of character, I'm tempted to fight for the cadavers, as they're the only ones that haven't asked us to fight for them.
Perhaps that is true. But we're definitely the one to trust. Knowing the dragons, they would probably stab you in the back. So the choice is entirely yours.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue. I'm struggling to see what exactly it is you're fighting for. Like,
well,
is this just
the
a conflict
control of
dominance?
this entire place. Whoever wins this battle rules this city.
If you don't have the manpower to defeat the other two gangs, you definitely don't have the manpower to take control of it after those two have dead.
Well,
I think the...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, sorry, you go ahead.
I already kind of forgot what was his point.
Damn. Well, I was going to say this. This guy is asking us to work for somebody else who isn't either of the two gangs, essentially. He asked us to work with a new party, a third party.
Well, that's only two parties. There's the dragons and there's the cavaders.
Oh, then yeah.
There's no third party.
This is the cadaver's emissary.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the cadaver's emissary.
Oh, he brought up like manpower not to deal with whatever. Right?
Oh, right, about the manpower.
I think for the most part we will have.
God.
If we want to make this smooth, we will likely have to deal with one or the other.
And why not do it with us? You have dealt with one of our companions earlier. Surely you can see we're a little bit more trustworthy than those dragons. But
Possibly.
the choice is
You haven't
yours.
Exactly given us much to trust.
True.
We need to do some other things today, and we'll get back to you later this afternoon or evening.
Yes, take your time. I will wait here. Hopefully,
When
we
is
can
this
count
battle,
on you.
Going to partake in?
Go ahead. Please repeat.
When is this battle going to take place?
In 2 days. Well, I guess now it would be about a day and a half. Well, little bit more. It's still in the morning.
But we have that place we wanted to go check out.
Yes,
Forget
take your time.
where it was.
I will wait here for the day. Hopefully I will hear good
Exactly.
news from you. With that, I assume that you guys exit the scene.
Right?
Indeed. I will say though, as we're making our way we're heading to the site of the dragon ritual, right? Is that what our current objective was?
I forget. It was up in the what was it? was it the Hype Falls or something? I can't remember exactly. Where something where we were going to go look.
Yeah, from what
something like
Old
3 hours.
Scrug described about the potential ritual in 3 hours hike northwest of this town.
Right. That's where I was going to say we were going. That's it. It's a little further up in the chat.
Okay. If that's our destination, then as we're going there, I will say Tanix kind of turns to the party and goes, I don't necessarily know if we should help any gang that doesn't really intend to benefit the people of the Imperium.
I agree with that.
I could not give a shit about these gangs.
Well, I mean, if they
Only
make
thing
life
that-
better for the common citizen, they might be viable.
Yeah, I don't care about them. It's more what we can get out of it. And just talking before, there was that ritual thing. We should really check into that and
Well, I
see
mean,
if we
the
can figure
dragons
out
are
if it's.
performing a ritual. We do need to act against them, but I also don't know
That's
if the
where we were
cadavers
heading to,
stop.
where they did the ritual. That
Yeah,
scared
because
the
if it's
dragon.
heresy, that ends the debate right there.
Agreed.
True enough.
I mean, it's a gun metal city. What did you expect?
I mean, I expected heresy, so I'm glad I'm getting it.
Alright, so you guys want to go into the room described by the dude. Alright, time for me to actually find out where the fuck is that.
Sorry. That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny to me. It's like you don't know where that is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's the only thing that the book says is like, yeah, Old Scrug tells you this location, but it doesn't tell me which of the locations of the 12 freaking locations that you can go to is. So there's a lot of fluff text that I have to go through to find this one fucking location. I hate this book sometimes. It's really annoying.
My condolences.
Yeah, this is the one thing that I hate about this, like, older adventures is sometimes it doesn't give you much to go on in terms of, like, where is everything. There is a hollow. I'm gonna assume that that might mean that that's just the hollow. Number 3 on the map. Would that technically be a 3-hour hike from your current location, though?
I mean, yeah, it does sound like the Hollow would be a 3-hour hike. I mean, Imperium City-wise is a pretty far distance, and then you go into this open area, which doesn't appear to have.
I'm gonna assume that it's that. That's the only context that I have for this, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you gave us a thing that like there was a ritual at the lava spider might be over there, right?
Alright, so you guys go to the hollow. And they have the numbers wrong. God damn it, I hate this book.
Wait, what do you mean they have the numbers wrong?
So you see how they're like from 1 to 10 in the book?
Uh-huh.
They're all over the fucking place.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, the first thing we go to is the spent shell, so
Yeah.
7.
That's number 1 on the book is spent shell. And number 6 is the hollow. But either way, alright, here we go. The hollow.
Yeah, number 6. Yeah, number 6 is the pain pit. It's and it looks like an arena, so definitely the maps thing is right. The numbered on the book seems wrong.
Alright, this one doesn't say anything about a... Okay, that's that. That's that. Devs... No. Sudden... Sorry, this is taking a while. Feel free to talk amongst yourself. Alright, that might be a little too far ahead in the... Welcome to the...
Honestly, I'd wager us being kind of silent. Oh, go for it. Never mind. Ignore me.
What has me bothered now, it's the book mentions nothing about like a hidden ravine in the Hollow, but I guess we're doing this. Alright, let's wait not any more time. Let's just assume that you might have accidentally gotten lost or something. So we can actually progress this if it's the wrong place.
I mean, I guess the book wants us to pick a side first, and then we go to their side, and the Hollow is something we did later.
Actually, no, the book doesn't like tell you what to do. You can kinda go any of the places and pick up like clues. You could wait until the big battle, but there's like this entire map to go and find some clues. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, unless you guys want to say some other place, since I don't legitimately know where the fuck this place is.
Oh, you don't know where the Hollows are?
No, the place that the dude described in the text.
You mean the three or the fingers place?
The ritual place.
Or wait, oh, I'm sorry, so you're the one that said the Hollows for that. It's not there then.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because the book doesn't say.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you guys if you wanna pick another place, because at the moment I'm a little unsure and I can't find it, and I don't wanna take like an hour to find it in this a fluff text.
Then
Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as I'm aware, we didn't get any other locational clues on where to go. So, besides, don't go to the pain pit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, contextually, that would mean we go to the pain pit.
Alright. Would everybody
I mean,
agree?
that's just usually how it goes, you know. Like, you gave us locational clues by reading up what NPC said or hints, and one was go here to get some info. We did. It didn't chain us to another location, so the only other place that we've been told about is the pain pit.
Alright. Would everybody agree on
guys?
the assessment
that's
of...
correct.
We were told not to go there, so assume that it's a hostile place
Alright.
or whatnot.
Pain pit? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
that sounds good.
Alright, pain pit it is.
Yes.
Pain pit, yes.
So, just so we can advance this a little.
Wants to go check out, I'll go with.
Alright, there's a
It makes logical story sense.
There's a big old introduction scene into the pain pit. So, let me get my announcer voice. Wooden tables surrounding a large pit, between 1 and 2 meters deep, that dominates this large room. The air is heavy with narcotic haze from the hookah smoked by the many gamblers playing dice or card games at the tables. bottom of the pit is covered with blood-stained sand and covered corridors leads from the back of the premises into the pit itself. Several patrons are gathered around the pit in anticipation, swapping wagers and arguing the odds. A few employees marked out by the white chassis they wear take money and hand out scribbled betting slips. Somewhere a bell is rung and 2 pit fighters are herded into the pit. The first is a squat muscular man armed with twin spike gauntlets. The crowd whoops when they see that the second competitor is a woman with less armor than her opponent, but a long spear to fight with. "Ah! New friends!" says a portly man with a white chassis, grinning as he sees you walk in. "Care to take a wager? Very good prices tonight. Very good prices. I'll give you evens on this one. Cash or kind. Don't be shy. Come on now."
Is it possible in this moment to use scrutiny to tell who's the better fighter?
Let me
Put
see.
that
There's
on
a
the wall
lot
and
of text here, so actually give you first the art. If you guys want to take a look at the art, it is loading. So there we go. So you want to roll scrutiny to see. Yeah, you can roll me scrutiny. I will totally allow that. You can't really
I
say
might use a
like
fate point to reroll that.
you could roll a fate point to reroll that.
Screw it, might as well. Same thing! Alright.
Hell yeah.
You're not having a good set of rolls there.
No.
Alright, would anybody want to take a bet on this man versus woman fight?
Yeah, the woman's gonna win. Boom. Now
Women?
place down 20 grounds.
On the woman?
Yeah.
Alright. Anybody else want to take on this?
I'll put 5 thrones down on the guy just because I think any woman fighting without armor doesn't have a prayer. But that's just me.
Let's see. Did you say another skill type besides scrutiny?
You could awareness, I guess.
It's fine. Alright, you know what? I think gambling is right, you know. For the solidarity of our team, some gambling would be a good idea. Let's see here. All of you seem to devise that the woman will succeed here. I
just
guess
don't
I
have
will join
points
you.
to spend. So, Tanix will not be
We got
gambling.
one person rooting for the woman and me voting for the guy, and I'm not really caring. Really, I just put 5 thrones on it.
All right,
But
final
only 5
bets.
thrones.
Final bets.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna up my bet.
Do they fight to the
10.
death in this arena, or what?
Well, you
Or
will
is that like
definitely
up to the
find out really
crowd?
quickly, or you could just look at the picture
I'm
and
gonna
kind of
up my
figure
bet.
that out yourself.
I will
I can't
I will
figure out
bet
where it is. Oh.
10 thrones on the the woman.
Alright.
Time to simp. Time to simp.
The bets are
You know
closed.
what? I'll be in solidarity. 5 thrones on the woman. Screw it.
Alright.
No
Alright.
plunger.
That is the final bets. Unless really quickly. Alright. So there's only one guy basically betting on the man. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's Vlad. Vlad puts 5 on the man because he just doesn't think the woman has much of a prayer.
The fight is short and brutal. Kellen, the woman, stabs Mox, the man through the thigh, and the crowd pays for his blood. Mox, however, rips the weapon out of Kellen's hand and punches her in the jaw hard enough to break it. Kellen sprawls into the sand, and Mox pulls out the spear out of his thigh and holds it at Kellen's throat. The crowd erupts for him to kill her.
No, don't do that. That's a waste of a woman.
That was a sentence.
I asked the guy, how much you give him, how many thrones to buy the woman so you don't have to kill her?
Are you
That
just
was
yelling
another
that from the
sentence.
stands?
No, I'm asking the guy who's like took our money in the first place. You know, for the bets.
Are you trying to intervene in the, like, stop the killing, or are you just asking the guy?
I'm trying to intervene to stop the girl from getting killed. Okay.
Alright. Anybody wanting to try and
I'm just
intervene?
like saying,
Well,
you know,
it
10
is
thrones, 20
a...
thrones.
Give me a word-wise, please. It is a +10 charm or intimidate test. To
I'm not really good at either one, but
convince this guy
But I'll
not
try
to
the
kill
charm.
her.
and I offer like 10 or 20 thrones if he wants for not to kill her and give her to me.
Oh, alright.
So you said it's a +10.
+10,
Yeah,
yeah.
my charming is not very charming.
I'll burn another fate point.
The warrior kinda looks at
Vlad,
your...
I will help you with this.
I think I'll spend a fate point.
I
to try
mean,
to
I
get
think
a
the
better
5
roll.
degrees of success makes it, guys.
I don't know. Dave,
That's
I think
better,
Dave's
but
got
not
it.
much.
Damn,
No,
Dave.
I'm
All right, shit. Never mind.
I know.
I'm good.
But Kelvana speaks
Dave,
out
you did
and
it
pleads for the woman's life. The warrior spares her life, and the competitors return into the pain pit. Or, in Kelling's case, the women are tracked out by one of the staffers, and the winnings are doled out. You can, if you won, basically Vlad, you get a double, so you get 10 thrones. The rest of you, congratulations, you lost your money.
I keep getting more money. What's up with you guys?
As you are kinda spending there your
not
time and talking about this, like, you feel one of you, let's say, let me pick one of you randomly again. Four. That would be Vlad, I believe. You feel a poke in your, like, side.
Yeah? What you
Hey,
want?
you. You ain't local, right?
No, we're not local. We're just tourists.
Good,
What do you
good.
need?
You ain't here just to lose all of your bullets in this dive, right? You wanna see something really weird?
Sure. Hey guys, you want to check out something really weird? What's your name?
The name's
What
Traven.
haven't we?
All right, Draven. What we got? What
Alright,
you got that's really weird?
follow me. Check this, guys. Shit out, guys.
Oh, what is it before we follow?
You have to see
I don't
it
know,
to
I'm just-
believe it. Come
He
on.
offered to show us something really weird, and I'm like,
Oh, I don't
Okay.
think I had to see it to believe it.
that's fine, you can stay behind.
I mean,
Keep an eye on things, bet some more money, you know.
sure, bring your friends. It's something. I don't even know what it is.
So who's going with Vlad to check this out? Nobody's going with Vlad. Okay.
No.
This-
Gambling is fun.
He leads whoever goes with Vlad if you go. The rest of you can just kind of stay up there and watch the fights and bet. Maybe the next one is like, you see like this smaller man versus like this kind of like a burly guy.
I have lost. This woman displeases me.
The guy leads
So
you in the
if you lost, you
meanwhile,
got no money.
Vlad, into one of the back rooms. These cramped, grubby rooms are usually used for storage or patching up wounded fighters. In one of them, on a table, lies a dead body of a human dressed in nothing but a ragged loincloth, covered in scars and crowned crime. It is a man with unkempt hair and looks like it has never been cut. You see this one ugly ass bite on the throat. Draven, the guy who let you down here, Vlad. This is one of them ferals that the lads captured. We stuck it in the pit against a couple of subhounds, and they killed him. See? They got his throat. The thing is... Well, I was pursuing my own hobby here. And I found something that I can't really explain. Draven reaches into his long wound in the feral's abdomen and takes a horrible creature resembling a cross between an oversized worm and a crustacean, about the length of a human arm and covered in chitinous limbs. One of the ends terminates in a round lamprey-like mouth, and a row of composite eyes runs along its spine. The creature is dead, thankfully, but that does not make it any less horrible. Draven speaks up once again. It was coiled around its spine. Now what do you think of that? I ain't seen anything like this. Makes you wonder how many of them ferals have one of them in them. And the other one thing, check this out. Draven puts the alien parasite down and lifts the body up, shoving a brand almost lost among the body's countless old scars. This brand reads Generatium Epsilon 13. Word is there is not of them lurking up around the east shores of the falls. Lot of the warmers want them out, but none once got the sand to mess with them. I go up there myself to see what they're up to. If any of these things have these in them. Jesus, that is horribly written. But well, you see, I got my hands full here.
Yeah.
I will copy that because I got lost there in the end because it was a lot of fucking words.
No worries. And I think, who was it? Zappa followed Vlad because Zappa lost all of their money.
Yep.
So Vlad was not totally alone down there.
Yeah, Sapa was there.
Yep, Sapa also sees this weird little alien creature.
That looks really strange. And what was that? You said Genitorium Epsilon 13, the brand?
Mm-hmm.
That rings a bell, but I'm trying to remember where I've heard that name before. I don't really recall. I'm thinking it has something to do with what is it? There's. I think I'd have to make a lore test, but I don't know what lore to look under. Probably, I don't know, maybe Forbidden Lore Warp.
I mean, you can also look at the
But there's
map, technically.
Yeah. I mean, that is a place to go to. We can just find our directions there.
Which I don't think I'm actually
does it
supposed to
sound-
reveal, but maybe like there's like rumors that you heard that it exists.
that would be the what, the High Falls?
Is it a Mechanicus thing to think about? Regardless, we can approach there. There are two places to go to. He told us about the falls, and he told us about the Janitorium, Epsilon 13. So we have gained
The falls
information from
on
this
the
guy.
map is the High Falls. I don't
Yeah,
know
sure.
about anything else on this way.
We should just put like a marker to reveal that like it's been brought up.
My money's on the Janitorium. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys learned
Let's go
this thing from Craven. Well, that's what I really wanted to show you. Isn't it creepy?
Interesting.
Really
There
crazy. I that's not normal. That's just not normal.
Told you so.
I don't have a requisite for. Does Medicaid apply in some capacity here? Or
Unfortunately,
Roughly
I'd say you don't have much to go on, so it would be a really insane check. But you could attempt it, but there's, like I said, there's not like much to go on here.
then alright. Then this has alerted us to a serious problem and condition. We should inform the others that this is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Rampant.
I know, the name Janitorium Epsilon 13 sounds like it should be something that I should know about, and I just can't think of what it is.
I
Where
mean,
did I hear
you're
that name?
Go ahead.
no. Nah, nothing.
I mean, in character, we haven't been told about it until just now, and out of character, I don't know why an Administratum person would know about a Janitorium.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something I've heard about it somewhere, and it may be out of character that I've heard about it, but that's why I'm kind of confused here. Because,
I mean, either way, I still think we should check it out.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
agreed.
in one of
It's
these
okay.
like pre-modules, there's a lot of like Epsilon 13s, so you might be even getting it mixed up with
Yeah.
like another adventure.
it's a similar name to somewhere else. I'm probably sure, but you know,
Especially if, like, what Craven said was true about these parasites latching around the spines of mutants.
it sounds like they'd be using them to augment some
But
folks.
that is the scene in the pain pit, unless you guys want to take more bets on the fights.
Lad's like thinking, you guys can waste all your money here, or we can get going. Your choice.
That was a very interesting way to put that.
Well, considering Vlad saw all of you lose except for him, he's kind of like thinking you're all going to waste your money, or you can go and do something else. I mean, it's up to you.
Unless one of you
You heard the
wants to
man.
do something really dumb and crazy and time wasting and
Oh,
20
yeah, I
grand
don't
for
know.
whoever has the longest hair.
they take a part in the fighting pit.
As much as I think I'd win, I don't want to do that.
Agreed. Without a
I'm
reason to
just going to
gain
look in on
for it.
what happened to the girl and see if she's okay.
Oh yeah, she's just okay. She's like in one of the back rooms when you like come up, back up, and she's being like patched. She would probably
But
thank
also the
you
guy
if
got stabbed in
she.
the fucking gut.
Yeah, he would be also.
Thank
He's
Dave.
just as
Or that
fucked.
Ilvana. I can't remember whose character is who sometimes, but
But
yeah, thank.
Yep.
They did the most convincing of debut.
So the party groups up with new information.
Yep, let's head to the janitorium. I'm kind of curious to see if these parasites are being used to control people.
I just think they might be trying to use them to augment folks and therefore make them better fighters.
That's also possible, but I'd wager being a parasite, there is a, around the spine implies a level of bodily control of the host that is worrying.
I can't deny that at all. Trust me. I just can't deny it, but who knows? There's a what the hell are they called? There's a really nasty anti-inquisitional group called the Slot. I kind of think of them when I see that.
Anti-inquisitorial group called what?
The Slot, I think. SLAUGHT. And when I see that wrapping around the spine, that's what I think of, because I think the Slot is known for controlling folks.
Interesting. Okay. Didn't know that.
It's one of the many, this sector and several sectors beyond, so.
But would this be something our characters would know?
You may not know, but Vlad knows.
Okay.
He's doing studies on these things because he's like, Vlad's going down a different field than most of you. You guys are just general agents. Vlad wants to become an inquisitor, so there's a reason why Vlad studies weird things and who the enemies of the Inquisition are. Because down the road, he would have to, as a inquisitor, decide which he's going to pursue: heretics, Xenos, or demons. And you got to know what you're dealing with. Therefore, you have to study these things ahead of time.
Tanix in the background is nodding and going, underpaid and uninformed.
My character who's just standing nearby, you what now?
Never mind. Let's get going, guys. Let's go check out this janitorium. All right, I don't mean to put big ideas in your head. I'm just,
So,
I'm going places, and I'd like you guys to go along. That's all.
Well, I mean, I'd just like to live, really.
I can agree with that, but we're in the Inquisition for a reason. Not everyone in this
what now?
place can do this.
Vlad,
over.
Vlad, X-nay on the conversation, A.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like he says that where others can hear. He doesn't do it that way. It's like when you guys are among yourselves and not with
no, I'm
folks. And
like I said
about that in the pits either.
Don't know if you're supposed to like straight up know the Generatium's location.
But we might be able to ask around and spend some coin and find out where it
So
is.
yeah, if
Couldn't
you want
we
to
ask the dude who told us about it?
But he may not know where that is either.
Yeah, he might.
Well, I mean, he said he. Oh, okay.
I mean, there was only a brand on the skin of the feral.
Hmm.
That's
Okay,
the
so
only
did,
thing that you found
just to be
about it.
clear, Just to be clear, did we hear that the name of this place is something important? We just don't know where it is.
Yeah, you heard the name, but I don't
Okay,
think you know
just
at the
wondering.
moment where it is in character.
Editorium Epsilon 13. That's
Then-
all you gotta know.
We can
I think I'm gonna write that down in Vlad's journal.
inquire at possibly the local office of important structure. Such a title bears with it a importance to its structure and purpose. Perhaps it is hidden, but you lot seem to have some ability to question and get your way into places you shouldn't.
If you look like you belong somewhere, you'll be surprised where you can gain entry.
Otherwise, we are to explore the High Falls.
Alright.
It falls. That's different than GET, but we can go over the High Fall for now.
Alright,
Well,
luckily enough.
we would need to discover this place here through some other means. We'd have to ask where people who know about the structure of the place is.
Would
Or we can go to the High
everybody else agree with the High Falls?
Yes.
I agree to stay together, so yeah, if they want to go there, let's go there.
Anywhere is as efficient and as effective as anywhere else.
Alright.
I assume the High Falls is something we do know because it's a pretty big terrain feature.
High Fall. Yes. You can find it really easily. You've been several times told about it. Were it not for the fact that the High Falls is a delicious sewage and junk, it might be beautiful. Its multicolored torrent plagues into a greasy lake with rainbow sheen playing across its surface. Islands of detritus circling in the current, several shelters of makeshift pontoons ring the edge of the lake closest to the town, and a few farmers are fishing for junk or panning for useful debris. They wear heavy protective clothing or salvaged rubber or leather to protect them from the chemicals that cause the air around the lake to turn oily and choking. The farmers are not very numerous at the moment, as they have adopted the habit of farming the lake all at once at appointed times.
Anix is gonna put on his rebreather.
Alright, he puts his rebreather on. I redirect his tube to mine. Just kidding. These farmers know something about the creatures and have asked others to help, but no one can deal with them. An avenue of good faith to destroy these disgusting things.
As good an inroad as any.
We must find somebody who is at least relevantly intelligent.
Alright.
Well, I'm sure all of them are at least capable of it.
Everybody has an intelligence of 5.
You you overestimate the menial position.
I mean,
You might underestimate
consider
them.
that 30 is average for a...
What? 30's average? No way. And across all the games. Don't lie to us. We're specialists. 20 and under's the average.
Alright, you ask one of the farmers. Oh yeah, the ferals? Yeah, we don't know really where they come from, but we get attacked every once in a while. But the book will prompt you guys to roll me an easy +30 tracking test or a challenging +0 awareness or survival test.
Well, tracking is definitely not.
I don't think track is even in the system.
Tracking probably got rolled into survival.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I'm not even gonna bother to read it. That's gonna get better, I hope.
Or, wait, no, awareness.
I mean, I know that it exists, but yeah, it got rolled under one of the other skills that I don't remember from the top of my head.
Scrutiny and...
Tracking was part of survival, I thought.
Well,
Yeah, I wanna say it's survival
awareness
too.
And survival were also... Awareness and survival were their own, like, they were mentioned on their own, so... Maybe tracking got rolled into...
I mean, I can double check, but yeah, we can do awareness or survival, or let me see if I can find like what uses tracking nowadays. Well, in second edition, I think you guys are right about the
Does
survival.
anyone have survival?
I think it's stealth, isn't it?
Oh, maybe it's still...
Survival is
shadowing,
also used to
so it's
track prey,
agility.
human or otherwise. Right in the book,
so-
page 116.
Well, there you go. If anybody has survival and wants to use it, for this instance, I will give you the +30 for
I
it.
don't have it. I rolled awareness.
Are we
but
following
I don't
someone?
have survival.
What are we tracking?
You're trying to find tracks.
So they don't know where
Survival.
the ferals... Yeah, we're the tracks of the feral creatures, so we can go chase after them. I mean, we all just have to make it. Like, if you're bad at it, you might as well try to roll for it. I mean, it looks like... Matter which one for me, so... Failure. Unfortunate.
Anybody wanna give it? Did you roll that with a +30? I don't think you did.
I'm not trained with it, so you get negatives for trying to roll something you're not trained with.
All right.
Isn't it a -30 if you're not trained with it?
No.
No,
You
the
just
modifier it adds in.
Yeah, you just roll it at half.
+10.
Oh wait, no, it's included because it would have. Okay, so the negative is included because my target's 11, but obviously my score is not an 11, so.
Yeah. With a +30, I think you would have succeeded.
No.
Well, it looks
Okay.
like somebody rolled it easy.
Well, there you
I
go.
got 2 degrees of success.
So
we have two successes essentially. 3 successes.
there we go. You track. Identify a track of group of shoeless humans leading off throughout the ravine. The tracks look a little strange to you. Do you follow?
Yeah, might as well.
You follow the tracks. You can choose to remain out of sight. Anybody wanting to remain out of sight can roll me a routine +20 concealment test.
Yep, that is a skill.
Which I don't think any of you really have.
Oh.
No, I
I
don't
think
have.
it's not. I don't think it's worth rolling because enough of us are not going to be stealthy. So I'm
Alright.
not.
So you follow the tracks.
Plus third. Yeah.
You see a group of ferals. The ferals see
Do you have
you,
any feral warlords with us?
and the ferals flee away. What do you do now?
The ferals are fleeing. I assume
Suppose
we
the
would-
goal is to follow.
I don't know why the book is asking another tracking test at this point.
I think the idea is if we had stealth, we probably didn't need to track them because they would just let us to where we're going.
True. So it's another plus 30 survival test if you have it, or a plus 0 awareness test to find those tracks. So feel free to everybody give it another shot.
We
I got
one
3
awareness.
degrees of success with awareness.
There we go. We don't need any more. You
What?
follow the
They went
tracks
that away.
into an
Apparently
area.
Tanix can track.
Well, that doesn't matter since, yeah, Titanic can track really well. Ahead,
I mean, it was a plus 30. They're making a lot of noise and
Yeah.
steps.
ahead is a bizarre sight of a whole building apparently fallen down from the hive layers above. An ugly industrial mass of a building, its blocky shape broken up by a turbine. Cylinders emerging from its roof has collapsed out through the hole in the ceiling of this layer, and has landed unevenly in a field of cooled lava. It sits in an angle, like listing ship, and its walls are crumbled and dented from the impact. It looks like it has been down here for a long time. Amidst the rust and dirt, the words strike out to you. Generatium Epsilon 13 are still visible above the main doors.
Well, guess we found it.
Yeah, just by fucking pure guesswork, basically.
We found it. Excellent. We're at the place.
God, I love being an ace investigator.
We're good at this. That's how it goes.
Alright,
man.
so who wants to go in first?
House clean.
Who wants to or who will go in first? Vlad will go in first.
The entranceway. The acolytes can enter to the main doors, but ample footprints and debris around the doors that they show that they are well used by the ferals that you saw. What do you guys do?
Maybe we
Come
should
out
seek,
wherever you are.
maybe we should seek alternate entry. We don't know how many ferals are in there.
Not till we go in. No.
Yeah, alternative entry sounds good.
Is that what? An alternative entry?
Well,
Seems.
in fact, if anybody wants to take a look, it is a plus 20 awareness test to look around for an alternative entry.
Plus 20 awareness. Wow. Alright, well, that was the most failure.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Mechanics can't find shit.
In fact, Tannic, you failed so bad.
Annex is lost? What?
I'm trying to think of something really clever. Nah. That's...
I know, right?
I found it. I found a way in, guys. Look, and like it's like a one of those like crumbled entryway looking things, but it's actually just like a damage to
And
the
then you
structure.
slide in to the place and go, I'm here.
I just like a metal beam bonks on the head or something.
Or the classic, you point to the entrance that you just came from.
Oh no.
Alright, you guys succeed generally, except Tannic, who just like points at something really dumb. You see a...
Okay, Tannic.
Is his eyes broken augmatics? What happened?
You notice an entrance higher up that can be accessed by a rickety ladder and a gantry on the side of the building.
1 second.
A gantry.
Gantry is like a ladder on wheels.
It's
They
usually
used to use them in the Apollo missions. Really tall ladder on wheels, so it could be easily moved around.
it's the same thing that you see at docks and ports. The things that get the crates off the ships. Just in general,
They
a
also
gantry is a structure.
used to use really large gantries in the Apollo space missions.
They still use, like, you know, anytime the astronauts have to get into a thing that's standing upright, they use gantries there too. It is a set of structures that support a building so it does not rock around or move.
Well, you can use that to get in if you want. Or you could use the entranceway that is used by the ferals quite often. Up to you.
But what we could do is take half the group up the gantry and half the group through the other entrance so that they have nowhere to run. Presumably.
That seems not super sound tactical.
How tall is the ladder? Like, is it like a
it's like it would take to the like second floor. So you could imagine that it's like
40K.
True. So I imagine that it's like slightly on a higher distance because it's like what the book says. It's like a big industrial complex building down here. So I imagine it's like like a dozen feet. I don't know exactly.
Well, it's fine. What I was getting at, well, not necessarily the exact specifications, but we might need it. But fall damage is murderous in these games.
Oh yeah. If you were to fall on like from the gantry itself, like from the top of it, you would hurt like a son of a bitch.
We could assume that, unless we are all heading into the main entryway, that likely this secondary entrance maybe poses a good location to do an overlook. Such industrial complexes may have places for foremen to examine the menials.
Well, yeah, they could have like a catwalk on the higher level.
Do we want to send the melee units through the main entrance and the ranged units through the catwalk, or send one of the ranged units with one of the melee?
I think your idea of the melee on the ground floor and the overlook having the ranged units, that would sound like me and Annex at least on the ground floor. Who else would be on the ground floor?
Sappa is better at dealing with people, but this is the point where I'd look at the GM and see how far he's cringing, to see if our plan was really bad or not. So I'm looking really close at his icon. I saw it flash once, so I'm pretty sure he took a deep breath when he saw we were talking to split our party.
Oh, come on. That's always the fun thing, is splitting the party during a fight.
No, go ahead.
No. He's
Go
like
ahead,
looking
it
at.
won't hurt anything.
There's going to be 2 separate combat encounters. This is the sworn fight down here, and then there's like some officer dudes or some shit on the other side. I don't think that we should split our group too terribly much. If you're worried about them escaping through here, I don't necessarily believe it matters. They are feral creatures, and though they should be purged, we are currently investigating, and their presence here is not particularly of interest. We know where it is.
Say we need to purge feral warders because they're just, they're what they are.
I will state
help
that.
themselves.
Yes, I will state that they should be purged. They are. They have horrible parasitism about them.
Well, the Inquisition uses feral warders from time to time. We may even have a feral warder or two in our group.
Are they horribly mutated and parasitized?
Probably not.
All right then.
All right, let me clarify.
Glad X-Nay on the
Are
Inquisition
you splitting up? Yes or no?
I am voting no to go on the always going on the gantry, not worrying about the entry.
Yeah.
We could blockade the gantry. That way, if they start to run, they go into a fairly...
Or better yet,
yeah.
move the here's another thing. Gantry's on wheels, right? Move the gantry away from the entry and then block the wheels so they can't roll back to the entry and they can't get out that way because they just have to fall.
Guys, chill. You guys, the gantry and everything regarding the other entrance is strictly for the other entrance.
Yes, the ladder and the gantry only takes you guys onto the other entrance that you can go on. That is above you.
I'm just saying, if you want to stop anyone from getting out the other way, you just move the gantry and then chock the wheels, and then you don't have to worry about it. They're not going to get out. They're going to get out.
Guys, just again, gantries, like, some of them have wheels, but gantries are just a type of structure that involves an overhanging thing. Like, I'll post a picture of like a non-mobile gantry. Like you'll
non-mobile. Maybe we can check and see if it is non-mobile or not.
Well, I mean, I don't know
sure,
necessarily know if we can try to prevent them from leaving.
You go up and try the gantry. You think it's quite secure and cannot really move. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Blocking the door, though. Do any of you have sufficient means to block the door?
I mean, I guess you could take like several hours and block it with like chunk.
I do not wish to do that.
Unless you guys like have some demolitions on you.
I'm a cop. I don't carry grenades.
Time and effort that we won't get back. Trying to get into other areas that we need to explore and
as the DM, I would just recommend you taking one of the entrances, okay? How about that?
I have been wanting to go into gantry, yes.
Alright, you want to take the upstairs route?
Upstairs, we are better than the people beneath us.
Alright.
Wow, that subtle superiority came out of nowhere.
You climb up this rickety ladder and the gantry on the side of the building until you enter through this like back room. You enter the industrial building. You walk for a while until you come into a turbine room, or what seems to be remains of a turbine room. It is a deep out, just completely a mess of a place. The main turbine hall is dominated by 4 enormous turbine cylinders, which stand on end and reach up out of the roof. The floor between turbines is divided into pens and makeshift fences and barricades. The fences are taller than head height, but many have been torn down. Bodies of pharaohs are strewn around the pens, many draped over the fences where they apparently died from trying to climb over. Dried blood is everywhere, spattered across the floor and against the turbines. Dilapidated plaster along this uphill slant of the building. That's what I meant to say there first.
No human, feral or not, deserves to live like this. Not that much can be done about it now.
The efficient classification of those in so many places.
There is a few notable things here. There are the bodies. There is a double doorway leading in the back of the room. There is a large sealed barrel. And those are the most interesting things here. Far as I can read here.
Okay. Are there any ferals currently active in the area?
You don't
Or is
see
it
any
just
at
the
the
dead
moment.
ones?
Aside from the dead ones, you don't see any.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Do all the pharaohs look fairly similar in like build, or
Yeah. You can even tell that they have been here for quite some time. And it's fairly obvious that they were killed by gunshot wounds.
okay? And also, do they look like they're more built for up close combat or ranged?
More like you think close up. You can see their like muscles. They are quite
From where we are, can we tell if these... Oh,
strong looking, or used to be strong. Now you
from
can.
this distance, can we tell how recent these gunshot wounds in them are?
Would you say that you want to inspect the bodies?
Yeah.
You can't, like, on first glance say how old the gunshots are, but you look out through the bodies thoroughly to find that several have surgical scars on their abdomens, suggesting that recent operations.
Somebody's been experimenting on these dudes. Seems like.
You could open it up
Do
if
the
you want.
Did
Do
you
the
what?
surgeries look like it was before or after they died? Like, did the wounds heal?
For that, I would ask some kind of a medicine check. Or some kind of a check to figure that out.
I will do so.
It would probably fairly easy, so I'm gonna give you like a +10 on that.
Alright. then with that bonus, I'm assuming it's like a diagnostic thing. Oh, you know what? That's really bad.
I
So
mean,
tell me
we're
about
probably
Sheridan.
ending
I'm gonna
anyway
spend-
soon, so you might as well spend your fate
of,
points.
Yeah. Instead of spending a fate point to reroll, I'll just use a Sheridan's ability to spend a fate point to pass Medicaid checks with 3 degrees of success.
Alright, yeah, with that you can fairly easily figure out that the scars, whatever was done to them, was done before the gunshot wounds.
These medical conditions, this surgery, here and here, was done before their untimely execution. And they were. It doesn't look like actual, like stub, like gunshots or.
Oh yeah, like actual gunshot, like solid projectiles. You can probably even find like a bullet or two in them.
And this place was a little dilapidated.
Yep. And
It's
once
likely
again,
that this
I
place
will
was-
offer, if you want to open up the abdomen, you can totally.
Oh yeah, sure.
Alright, you open it, and you find a parasite similar that you saw in the basement of the fighting pit.
Behold, these are the things that they're put in. Is it like under a scar? Is it like under like?
Yeah, it's like a stitched up abdomen, and it's like somewhere in there.
Either through surgery, these parasites are being implanted, or they were cut open to study said parasites. But considering that they were all shot to death by this place's convenient ammunition, I'm leading on the belief that a gang or a force representing something close to them has done this. For the moment.
Alright. There is still the double doorway leading one of the back rooms. There is the sealed barrel.
Yeah, we can look at the sealed barrel, I guess, since it's still in the room.
Alright, you
Might
look
as well.
into the sealed barrel. A large sealed barrel stands in one corner, and lockers are arranged against one wall. Old blood-stained covered the floor. You can take a closer look at the barrel, or you can look at the locker.
The lockers might hold something relating to the barrel.
I'll look in the lockers. They can open the barrel. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of opening a barrel that might explode
Alright.
on me.
Since you were the first one to say it, I will focus on you first. You open up the locker. Out of the locker drops out a stuffed body of one of the Cavader's gang members, still wearing a bloodstained industrial rubber gloves and a crude filter mask. While he
Okay,
has
this
also
looks like-
been here for a while, his head is crushed, skull, suggesting that he was clubbed to death by something heavy and blunt.
This looks like, if I had to guess, it would seem to me the cadavers were the ones experimenting, and the dragons came in and basically found what they were working on and killed everybody.
You also look something paper-like in his pocket.
Pull it out.
You pull it out and you find a barely legible orders. It's really hard to read these. Also known as if you have a character who can read barely legible text, this is your moment to shine.
Barely legible text, huh?
I assume that would probably be me.
Yep.
Hold on, let me.
I don't know what skill that would be under except awareness. But
Yeah, that I think I have an extra special ability.
Yeah,
for that.
there is a special ability for that, I believe, still. But I will also allow awareness. This is probably not like that hard, so I'm also gonna give you a plus 10. For anybody wanting to try this. Well, there we go. Didn't even need to nerd.
I think that would. Oh, okay.
I mean, I was the one looking at it in the first place, pulling it out. So since I said I went to the lockers, I would.
You
think
see,
that
it
Vlad would be the one
contains orders from Cavator's leader Gore that contains direction to their hidden lair in the waste outside of Blinding Gulch.
So interesting. This looks like. I'll tell them all what I've read.
But the sealed barrel, whoever wanted to go in there, in front of you uses the sealed barrel. What do you guys do?
I'm not going near that. Let them do that.
Is the barrel sealed? Well, duh, you just said that. I'm going to walk up and stick an ear to it, make sure that there's nothing swimming or like tick, tick, tick or anything like that.
No ticks. The rest of it would be fairly hard to hear, I would imagine.
Is it, what kind of sealed is it? Is it like welded sealed? Is there like a block? Like a,
I
key-lock,
would
a
assume
keypad?
it's like, imagine like an industrial waste bin with like, kind of like
So,
locks.
like a topper.
Yeah,
So you could connect like a tube or something to it and pump stuff into it. Like an IBC container or whatever it's called. Okay.
more or less, yeah. You could probably like pop it open with like a crowbar or something.
I will ask the group if they wish to uncover what is within this barrel. It is. Are there like drag marks? Was it recently moved here, or is it just there?
You can tell that it has sit here for quite a while.
It appears that this container, whatever it may be, was placed here next to these lockers.
What's up?
What?
I think somebody called for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It implies that whatever was here was supposed to be here, and and we're above like the turbines essentially.
Yeah.
And this is like a little area. If I don't see any pictures,
that's
nearby-
basically what I have in mind. Well, what kind of a a lock it is.
If I don't see any fixtures nearby, this barrel might be was supposed to be temporarily held here, or was something that would be interacted with by hand, as it is next to lockers. Right, I guess we can just open it and find out. Why not?
Alright.
Inside is a fucking...
Well, do you wish to open it?
Sure, why not?
Alright, you pop it open. In the sealed barrel, are 3 alien parasites, still alive, swimming in the nutrient-rich viscous fluid. These parasites are not dangerous, you. You think that they are only a threat when they are implanted into a host.
This
is starting to smell incredibly heretic.
That's Xenos.
I will state that this is a particular evidence against this Genitorium Epsilon 13 location.
Then again,
It is
you
also
guys do
evidence
have
against the cadavers.
a living sample now. Anybody having forbidden lore Xenos, this is your time to shine. If you want to inspect these aliens, that is.
I want to give it a little kiss, pull it out, maybe eat one? Sashimi it?
Hey guys, I know, we should implant one of them into us.
No.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone has Forbidden Lore Xenos, so I guess we just don't know what it is. We will have to... This will just have to be something that the people who...
Really? No,
like,
none of you have it?
Perhaps one of you will have the correct connection to understand what befouled thing is in here, and who it will damn. I get the feeling that you are related to something that may.
Alright, I will give you guys another chance. Does any of you have like a background that would be like a Death World?
I don't suppose a feudal world counts, so no.
No. Alright, in that case, yeah, you guys have no idea what the fuck this is.
Well, you'll have to probably leverage a contact to figure out what it is, unfortunately. And by, like, leverage a contact, I don't mean, like, somebody random here in the city, I mean a contact. You know.
Yeah, I say we take one of these alive, kill the rest, and then give it to a contact.
I will state we will have to move with this barrel. I doubt that they will be good outside of their goop. This nutrient slurry. And you don't know the danger of it. We should keep it sealed and then maneuver the barrel. How heavy is the barrel?
I mean, it's like nutrient-rich, like liquid. So I imagine like it's
Probably 55-gallon drum size.
Yeah, it's quite hefty.
Yeah, well,
I could imagine like one of you can carry it, but it does weigh quite a bit.
3.
Actually, you know who we could probably let inspect this? One of the hospitaliers.
It's a shame that they're on a different planet, basically.
It's like just one trip back to the cathedral.
It's like 200 kilograms to move this thing.
This would be like picking this up on the way out when we're going home and having a private conveyance that will be willing to pick up a barrel.
Alright. With that...
Is there like a Enterprise rent-a-servitor somewhere around?
Not
can
that
hire
you
a servitor to carry this?
Not one that you have found, and definitely not over here in this like hidden place. You could try to ask one of the ferals, but I don't think that's gonna work.
Probably not.
I don't think that's gonna work at all.
Well, it is difficult to get to this location. Let us head through the doors. Anything that will pass through here will have to pass by us until we find more hallways.
Alright. Yeah, there's... unless you guys want to inspect what's behind the double doors, That's
right.
really what's
We're here.
the-
We might as well. While we're here, we might as well check them while we're here.
Alright, let me see really quickly. A double door leading into a room at the back of the generator was reinforced with crude bars and locks, but one door has been torn out of its hinges. This room was set up as a crude surgical theater, with metal bench set up as an operating table with channels cut into it to drain blood off. That's really that you can find about that. Now you can exit.
Alright.
With that, you
Yes, we
exit the hidden generatium. Successfully taking the barrel, well, wherever you wanna take the barrel to.
Well, we don't have any like transportation like tubes or anything, so
Well, might be smart probably
Yeah,
to
we have to
take it to your hideout for now. Which would be in the spent shell, probably.
Oh, God.
Obviously, we're going to rent transportation.
Ah, yes, we go back into this mechanic. If you want to hire a transportation, what was it? It was like 10... No, it was like a 50 drones for like a crappy one, 100 drones for like a armored van. Oh
That
no,
was like
it was
getting
15 drones for like the shittiest one.
That was for like getting on the planet, wasn't it? Like, doesn't Dark Heresy like first edition just cover like basic and like?
I mean, it
Options
was
for
to
moving
like transportation to Infernus.
Mm-hmm.
Or in Infernus, it's...
Anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
If you wanna do it that way. I mean, there's plenty of other stuff to explore here in Infernus still. Up to you guys.
I mean, I guess the thought would be, if anything, either bring it back to our hideout or let Sister of Battle take a look at it before coming back. It would just be 30 drones to make the round trip.
We don't have time.
Oh, do we not
I
have
don't
time?
think we have the time. I think we should steal the barrel back up and leave it somewhere in the complex where we'll find it. And then as we get ready to leave, find, steal, borrow, whatever conveyance which we can go as a group on, and then pick up the barrel on the way out.
Well, wait, what's our time? Our time limit is 2 days.
Well,
I don't know if that was-
one and little less.
I don't
Okay.
think we have the time to leave, go back to Antilla, the main hive at what is it, Tarsus, and then get back again. That's all I'm saying. I don't think we have the time for that.
All right.
That's just my thought process. You know, you spend 15 each to go back, you get 15 each to come back again. You know, you're spending 30 for the round trip, plus the time you take. We would not be examining or looking at any other clues of what's going on in that time. We'd be spending time traveling. Now,
I
if you think
do,
it's
in
more
fact,
important,
follow your reasoning, so you don't need to fully explain all of it to me.
So,
not to you, but necessarily to the others till they understand. I'm just saying.
I think they understand enough that if they were going to push for it, we'd ignore them for doing so. But going forward, just getting this out of here so that if they ever come back, they can't just like exfiltrate it. Obviously, if we get followed or whatnot, we'll just lose it later. But so.
But we could
I'm
take
agreed
the
about that.
barrel part of the way back to town, find a place along the way to hide it where we'll find it, and then continue to go back to town, and then, because it should be okay for a day or two out here while we're still doing things in town.
We are in town.
Oh boy.
This is a number 5 Genitorium Epsilon 13, which is here, which is at the the end of this road. So we are in town already. We're actually not that, like, we probably are far away, but we are on the side that the spent shell is at.
I know.
So we could just go there. We don't.
That wasn't to you guys.
And then from there we can ask about things.
I think for today we're running out of time to do much anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are.
I think. I mean, we did. We inspected the Genitorium, so we're done, I guess.
Nope. Can't even
It does,
give it
unless
the
something
good
else
old
happens.
that. And you
Unless
guys
something
have
else
been
happens.
here and here. And hide falls. Those ones are completely done.
We'll probably go
So
back
now-
to the spent shell for the evening when we do, and spend another 18 to 20 thrones. Keep Kurt happy.
Alright.
And
Unless you
I
guys have
think,
another
now-
idea.
Yeah. No, wait. What? Oh. Yeah. We have a secret place where the cadavers are. Why would we not go there?
You do have that
Why would we
place
go to
too, if you guys want to go there.
I mean, I assume that's on like next time on Dragon Ball Z, but
Yeah, obviously.
But
I don't think we
why would
really have time to get into it because it's gonna be another like a blurb text and another. And looking at the book,
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm horrified because there's a lot of like stuff and it's like laid out fairly badly.
Well, that's
yeah,
typical for Dark Heresy.
Yeah,
probably. It's probably the usual go-to.
I do
Yeah,
gotta
as
say
I don't
that.
think